Hi, it's Chris, and here's my review of tonight's reading of the Bible in a year, chronologically, June 28th. And we started off in Isaiah 28. And then we went into 2Kings 17, 18, 18, and 17, and 17, and then we started back over in Isaiah 1 at the beginning. And again, some things stuck out to me, similar to yesterday, that we need to be more reliant on God than ever before. We often fall into the trap of relying on our own wisdom, and I think today we've been lured into in the trap of thinking that our food comes through social structure and comes through factories and comes through the grocery stores, and we forget that all our food is living things, has been living things, and it's for us. And anything with nutrition, it's either a plant or an animal that was a living thing, a fish, a bird, it's living. And all life comes from God alone. We have to remember that. So we need to be ever thankful for God, and even the structures that have been allowed to put in place. But we also have to realize that if He wants it to, He can end it. It's the bottom line. We can't rely on that. We can't even plant our own garden and rely on that, and raise our own animals, because if God decides to have a pestilence come through and kill off, or a drought or flooding, it's all up to Him. But here we have in Isaiah chapter 28 that the people, He's calling them drunks, that they reel with wine and stagger with alcohol and lose themselves in wine. But then they say, this is what the people are saying, that who does the Lord think we are, they ask. Why does He speak to us like this? Are we little children just recently weaned? Yeah, we are. We need to be spoon-fed. We are little children. He tells us everything over and over, one line at a time, a little here, a little there. Well, yeah, if you don't pay attention to it and you don't learn from it, you will not get the next lesson. He gives us the lessons that we need as we need them. So if you're hearing the same thing over and over again, maybe you're not learning it. You're not learning what you need to learn from it. That's my take on that, and that's what I'm hearing through that message there. So what happens here is that this is Isaiah speaking of this, that he's basically, God's going to take, you're not listening through my prophets and through my message to you, so I'm going to have to try to get through to you another way, through punishment of through oppression. He's going to allow His people to be oppressed, and we see that in Assyria besieging Samaria, Samaria falling to Assyria. We see the kings, or we see the people of Israel taken away, and new people brought in, and those people not following God, not doing what they're supposed to do. So again, they follow gods that aren't gods. They're demons masquerading as the light, and that's what it is. We've got a Dreamelech and an Amalek, and then we hear of the god Moloch, and these are different versions of them because they sacrifice and burn children to them. It's the same God. It's the same God that's in the abortion movement today. Again, destroying children before they're born. It seems harsh, and it seems wicked, and maybe there's people that disagree with me on that and are looking at it from a different perspective, but this is how I see that playing out. Just reading my Bible and looking at it, and seeing that the Adramelech and the Anamelech, they burn children as sacrifice to those gods, and they burn children to the god Moloch. They made this bronze statue that was hollow and had a spot in the back where they would burn material in it and get that statue red hot, and they would place their babies on this bronze statue supposed god Moloch and kill their children in that way as a sacrifice to them. And that same God has masqueraded himself in a different way, a different form, where we're killing our children as well. Now we're killing them as to the God of ourself. Again, maybe that's harsh and a little bit harsh, seemingly harsh, but that is a life. That is a life made in the womb and taken out of the womb. There's a lot of different reasons, but ultimately it's out of selfishness, because it's an unwanted pregnancy. It's typically the purpose of it. So that's to the God of self. Again, that's just where I'm seeing it, and what's coming to mind as I'm reading tonight and reflecting on this. It hurts me to say that. I don't want to, hate the things that God hates. It's an atrocity. So I don't worry about my reputation in that standpoint. But anyway, God will put forth His. He will get our attention one way or another. If we're not reaching Him, we're not getting our attention. He's not getting our attention. We're not learning from Him. He will change tactics. His wrath will be poured out. So, anyway, that's my 2 cents on tonight's reading. And thank God for His word and His strength, and just rely on Him. Look to Him, seek Him, and you will find Him. Knock, and the door will be opened. He loves those that seek Him. When we learn, as we seek Him, we learn to live for Him, and we learn how to do that. And it does work line by line and simple by simple. He does treat us with that kind of care as little children, because we are. So, seek Him above all things, and that's my reading tonight, and God bless.